welcome back to Sudoku Topology with Puzzle J3. Let's have a look at this and see, is this a shape I have used before? Maybe. Okay, so what have we got here? So we've got the digits 1 through 8, and then let's see, what are our regions? Let's see, our boxes are, I really don't think I have done this before, because I don't know what that is. Okay, our regions are the 6 big circles, and I guess in this particular instance, if you just follow the blue lines around in a circle, that's your 8 digits. This is tricky for me to see, I'm gonna be honest. Just in terms of, like, it's very difficult without moving it to tell what on earth the 3D of this looks like, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so the green lines are whispers, and so along a whispers, the digits must have a difference of at least 4. So that's going to change puzzle to puzzle. But so, for example, these 2 digits, because they're on a green line, and I love the bright neon green, by the way, they have to differ by at least 4. And so the thing that's going to do, among other things, is to make sure that as we go around this loop, we're going to alternate between high digits and low digits. And so, and in particular, actually, I should mention, because all of this ring that I happen to be looking at, all of it is in one region, I can't actually put a 4 in here at all, because if I try and put a 4 on here, it's going to put 2 8s on the same circle. That's not going to work, because 8's the only digit far enough away. And the same is true for 5. So actually I can pencil mark all of these cells as being not 4 or 5 at least. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. But I appreciate you telling me that I had inputted a duplicate digit. Now that is going to also mean that I am obligated to put a 4 and a 5 into these remaining cells of that region. Let me try and highlight that region, sorry. In this region. So yeah, so these cells have a 4 and a 5 in them. And I know where they go, actually, because this loop of stuff, this is in a different region, but the same argument actually applies. Oops, I highlighted the wrong circle. So these are also from 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So there's no 4, 5 in there. But that means that I actually have, if you want to think about it this way, which I don't strictly recommend, a sextuple of the not 4, 5 digits in this ring that I started with. And so that means that these 2 are the 4 and 5, because I need to put a 4 and a 5 somewhere, and, well, spoiler, it's there. Okay, do I have one more of these to fill in? Yeah, I have one more of these, this pattern to fill in, and then maybe I'll have another hidden 4-5 pair if I'm lucky. Let's see, is there another region with a hidden 4-5 pair? There is, and it's not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. It's that one. This one also, if you look at it, only has these 2 cells in it that can be 4 and 5. So I'll enter 1 and 2 in them just to keep you on your toes. So we've got our 4, 5 there. Is that all the 4s and 5s in the puzzle? I think, yeah, one of the things that's interesting in this puzzle is, or in these sorts of puzzles, is that it's not immediately clear how many times each digit shows up in the puzzle, and it's not even guaranteed that every digit shows up the same number of times in the puzzle. But I do think this is all the 4 5s that there are. But I could be wrong. I'm not going to use that until I think about it more rigorously. Okay, but the other type of clue in this puzzle is thermos, and I notice that is somewhat useful because this digit is therefore less than this one. So this one is strictly speaking low because it's got to be less than the 4, 5. And so I can actually sort of continue up, so I can actually color, let's actually color that blue for low, and then orange for high, and that makes that blue, which makes that orange. Just continuing along that pattern. And so I know, therefore, that this number is, and keep in mind, this number also cannot be 4 or 5, actually, because if this were a 5, I would need both of these to be 1, and as it happens, both of those are in, we get to play the Find the Box that Zeta is talking about game. Both of them are in this box. So this can't be 5 either. So this is actually just 6, 7, or 8. Likewise, this one can't be 4 because it would make those both 8. And then this one is 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I can be more specific about that yet. Okay, this number is bigger than 1, 2, 3, but bigger than 1, 2, 3 is not quite enough to immediately tell me what is happening. Now, I can actually also use this zigzag thermo to eliminate some possibilities here. So this certainly can't be a 7 or an 8, because there's two numbers that are larger than it. It being a 6 is also going to be difficult, but I'm not going to assume that it can't be yet. This certainly can't be an 8, although I don't know what I actually hit, because I seem to have not... Oh, I don't think I actually hit anything. Okay, so this can't be an 8 for sure. It can't be a 1 either. And then this one can't be a 1 or a 2. Just sort of bouncing along this thermo. Okay, now, when I say that this can't be 1 or 8, that's actually slightly more restrictive than it looks, I think. Oh, maybe not. I was thinking that was going to knock something out of the whispers here, but I don't think it does, because this one can still be 1 or 8. Okay, so why does it break if this is a 6 is the question that my brain wants to answer. So I just assume it has to break if this is a 6, because it feels like that would be the natural thing. So if this is a 6, then this is a 7, and this is an 8. That's a bunch of high digits that are not all in a region. I was trying to see, is that going to put too many like low digits in the same band down here or something like that? Okay, it does break. It's a little bit weird for me to see it. But imagine that these are 6, 7, 8. Then that means those are the high ones on these 3, I don't know, like orange slices. And then sort of following the orange slices down, that would make these numbers low, which would make these numbers all high. But those are all in a region with that cell, which would mean that these would be a 6, 7, 8 quadruple. And that is too many 6, 7, 8s. I bet that's actually what's intended. That's actually very clever. So this actually can't be a 6. It would put 4, 6, 7, 8 somewhere. Okay, and that's useful because it lets me blue this. Do I like this blue better? I might like that blue better. Let me know in the comments what blue is the best blue for this. But I feel like the other blue is a little bit aggressive. So we're going to go with this blue. The orange is fine. I don't have any problems with the orange, but the other blue is a little too blue. Okay, so this is not 1, 2, 3. This is not 6, 7, 8. If I continue along in my story. Okay, okay, so now we've actually got 3 of, so if I try and highlight this region, let me try and grab the box for you so you know what I'm talking about. Did I skip one? I must have skipped one. There we go. I somehow skipped this one. In this region, I have all but one of the high numbers, if you look at it. and all but one of the low numbers, which means that definitely there's one low and one high along this thermo. So that certainly means that this one's low and this one's high. Because if I have to put one low and one high on a thermo, certainly the low goes up there and the high goes down there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I? Oh, I don't need to have 3 different blues in the puzzle. Sorry. There we go. That blue. Oh, I have a 4-5 pair in this row, or in this region. One moment. Let me find the region, but I have just identified that I have a 4-5 pair in this ring. And so therefore this cell is actually not 5. And I think that's actually going to give me a 6, 7, 8 triple in one of the rings. Let me double check that that's true. I'm pretty sure it does. There we go. So now there's a 6, 7, 8 triple here, which means that we get our first digit, which is that this is in fact a 5. Okay, now, is that at all remotely useful for any reason whatsoever? Like, one figures it must be, right? And wasn't every... Oh, no, that's 5. Okay, so I was wrong when I guessed that I had all the 4s and 5s. That's the first thing to notice. Because this is a third 5 in the grid. Okay, so I've got... Okay, so... Okay, so I think the point... Maybe not? I'm trying to visualize what's happening. So I'm thinking about this box. And I'm noticing what I now know is I know that I have, in this box, I've got 2 highs and 2 lows around the orange slice. And I've got a high here and a low here. So I guess that tells me that these 2 cells are a low and a high. But I don't quite see what to do with that yet. Let's see. I maybe could do the same exact thing that I did over here when I said that these couldn't be 6, 7, 8. Maybe they can't be 1, 2, 3 either for the same reason. Let's try that. So if this were a 3, so that is in the world where this is low, these would be a 1, 2, 3. And so if I follow along the orange, these would be 6, 7, 8. And now these cells would all be 1, 2, 3. That doesn't feel bad, unfortunately. That doesn't break immediately in the same way that the other broke, I don't think. Yeah, so I don't think I know that those are not 1, 2, 3, unless I know it by thinking about it in a harder way. Let's see, and I have to keep in mind these 4 are not in a region accepting in the sense that they're along a thermo, so I can't repeat digits. Okay. Yeah, we've got this thermo running up here. This number at least is not a 1. Okay, so here's an observation I can make. One of these 2 cells is low. In fact, exactly 1 is low and 1 is high is actually what I can tell you. Because if I look at this ring, please hold. If I look at this ring, I know where 2 of the highs are of 6, 7, and 8. And these, if they're high, can only be 6, 7, 8. So one of them is low. Sorry, they could both be low. I think I said something wrong. They could both be low, but they can't both be high. And so that means that if I sort of follow the orange slice up, that means one of these is low. And if at least one of them is low. And if one of them is low because of the thermo, this one is definitely low. So I can choose another shade of blue. So I can low high these. Okay, so this is certainly 6, 7, 8. This one isn't 6, 7, 8. This one is 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm still trying to make it mean something that this is a 2 or a 3. 3 is still 4 away from both 7 and 8, so it's not like it can't be a 3. Oh, it does mean this one isn't a 3 for what it's worth, because if this were a 3, then this would have to be big, and it's not. So that's a 1 or a 2 for what it is worth. Let's see. Okay, I've got 2 1, 2, 3s running around here. I was trying to say, like, maybe in this region I've got all the 1, 2, 3s, but that's only the case if this is a 1, 2, 3. Which I don't immediately know. Let's see, I've got several low numbers. Oh, I have a 4-5 pair. There we go. I have a 4-5 pair in this ring. I think you know which one I mean, but it's that one has a 4-5 pair in it. So this actually definitely isn't a 4. That might do something. That does do something. Which is to give me a 1, 2, 3 triple in this slice now, meaning that this is definitely a 4, which is going to do a lot of damage because it makes that a 5 by thermo and makes that an 8 by whispers. So that is hugely handy. Let's try and remove 8 pencil marks from the cells that now can't be 8. That can't be 8. This can't be 8. Okay, so that now gives me... Oh, I was going to say gives me a 6-7 pair in this, but that's the one with the 8. So the 6-7 pair there is not maximally exciting, shall we say. Okay. This 5 sees this 4, which sees this 4, 5, which sees this 4. So I can fill in those. I don't think any of them immediately do anything, but they are good to know about, because we have to fill them all in eventually anyway. Okay. This is where I'm sure there is a clue that is staring me in the face that I am not appreciating. In the comments, you will be already telling me what it is, but I still don't see it. Let's see, that one ring with the 8. I know one of these two is a 3. And if this were a 3, that would have to be a 7. Oh, sorry. No, that's not true. Sorry, this isn't a whisper. Oh, this cell isn't an 8. I don't know if that helps, but that is how Sudoku works. That cell is not an 8. And I need a 6, 7 somewhere. Okay, and the way that the regions all work, I don't think, I guess I can color the 4s. That will be my way of seeming productive. So, and the 5s for that matter. I was trying to decide if something like the 8 was placed in some region by the fact that the 8 was here. I don't think so, although it wouldn't horrendously surprise me if I am missing something here. Like I have not looked at a thermo or something. Can I use the fact that these are a 1, 2, 3 triple somehow? I was trying to think, like, do I know which of, like, this is certainly one of those two, but I don't think I have any way of knowing which one. How many lows do I know around here? Let's see, I've got my 1, 2, 3 there. But I don't have all of my 1, 2, 3 around here. Is what I am immediately inclined. Okay, so maybe I should think about the fact that somehow I know the only low. Yeah, the only low that this could be is 3. So I guess that does at least tell me, I didn't mark this before, these can't be 6 ever in any universe. Because 3 doesn't go next to 6. And so I wonder if that's going to help me place a 6 somewhere. Let's see. So, okay, and this... No, I don't think so. Okay, oh my God. Remember when I said, I'm sure there's a really easy, obvious clue that I'm just missing? There it is. This is a 5 on a whisper. So the only thing it goes with is a 1. And so that 1 chases around to this 2, which then chases around to this 3. And so that 2 means this is a 3. And once that's a 3, this can't be a 3. So it is high. And that's high. And these 2 are low. Oops, sorry, I did that the wrong way. These 2 are low, this one's high. And now I presume everything is just going to fill itself in, because 3 can't go next to 6. 3 still can't go next to 6. So in that ring, also this is not a 3, because there's already a 3 on the ring. So in this ring, if we write in what's left after that, let me highlight the box. We've still got, this is a 1, 2, and then we've got 3, 4, 5. We still need a 6, and then we've got our 7, 8 pair. But I actually know where the 1 goes, because the 1 can't go in either of these 2 cells over here, because they both, in a weird way, see the bulb of this thermo, because this one's in the same circle as it, this one's further along the thermo, so actually that's the 1 for the region, and so that makes these cells a 2, 6 pair, I believe. If I did that math right. And this one can't be a 6 because there's a 6, 7 pair in that ring. So this one is actually the 2. And that one is the 6. And so that makes that cell not a 6. So those are now a 7, 8 pair. This 2 and that 1 have made this a 3, if you look around this ring. And that 3 has made this a 7, because 3 and 6 are not far enough apart. You know, I've spent so long trying to internalize the fact that 3 and 7 can't go next to each other on a whisper, because normally whispers are 5 apart and this is 4 apart, that I can only imagine that doing this puzzle is going to do irreparable damage to my solving ability. And I will hold this game personally responsible next time I try and pencil mark 3 next to a 7 on a whisper. Anyway, that's an 8. That's a 6. That's a 7. So that circle is done. That circle is done. There's a 1 and a 3 around here, so that's a 2. There's a 3 and a 2 around this circle, so that's a 1. There's a 7, so that's an 8. And now there's a 7 and an 8, so that's a 6. And I think that's the last one? No, it is not. There's an 8 around here, so I think that's the last one? Thought we were going to get to go 3 more rounds there of me saying I think that's the last one. Very nice puzzle. I liked that one a lot. Certainly a little bit more complicated, although I think probably 7-ish minutes out of my solve time was me trying to identify that I had in fact at some point put a 5 next to a 1 on a whisper and not noticed it. Anyway, that's all for this time. I'll look forward to seeing you all next time in the Sudoku Topology series. See you tomorrow.